sticking. Keep dancing and sticking. Sidestepping. Bouncing off the ropes. Dancing and sticking. Beat them all night. Time out by 7 rounds.
Right.
You won't be so gained in 7 rounds.
Right.
Time out.
Bring him home.
Get my legs ready. I'll be dancing all night.
35.
I went with a friend. We entered into the boxing club and it literally looked like a scene from a Rocky movie. When we got there, we actually were one of only a few women. Before the end of that first class, I had already made a decision that this was something that I loved and I really wanted to pursue. I was just always intrigued by Muhammad Ali as well. By the sport, the culture of boxing, the resilience, the determination, the courage that you have to have when you get into the ring. So I got into the ring and I asked the instructor to take a picture of me. And I said, I wish somebody could just look at me and tell me that you could do this. So he looked at me and he said, you could do this.
I was surprised at how good she was. A lot of people who start a bit later in life try to box, but they never really get the skill or the ability. She's very determined, she works very hard. When she fights, she's very aggressive. She trains as hard as the professionals, doing the same type of routine several days a week, 2 or 3 times a day sometimes.
So one day, the instructor said, today we have a surprise. Eric Belanger, who's the owner of the Final Round Boxing, decided to get into the ring, and he said, whoever wants to come can spar with Eric. And I thought, this is my opportunity. So I got into the ring and gave it all I got. And at the end of the first round, Eric told me, do you realize you just hit me with an uppercut? And I said, yeah. He said, you shouldn't be able to hit me with an uppercut at your stage. And then he asked me to come in on the Friday. And I said, oh, I thought Friday is only for competitive boxers. He said, come in on Friday. And that's it. Initially, when I started boxing, not a lot of people knew. It was too special to me to kind of share it publicly. I actually was very attached to the sport and how it made me feel, and I didn't want that to be kind of hijacked by anyone's thoughts or anything like that. So eventually, when the community found out, my friends were extremely supportive. My parents were and still are a little bit hesitant about why I would love a sport like boxing. I think that's common for many women in boxing. It's regardless of whether they're Muslim or not. It's just still unfortunately considered a male-dominated sport. One of the things that I really love about boxing is the sense of empowerment that you receive from it and the fulfillment that you get from it. So when I'm actually in a fight, I'm thinking of how much I need to protect myself and how worthy I am of being protected. It's almost as if you're like a mother who wants to protect her child. And that self-love is something that is beautiful to be able to get from a sport. But honestly, the satisfaction at the end of a fight is worth it. Regardless of the outcome, that's what it's about. When I get a call from one of my coaches to tell me that there's a fight, I always ask myself, what are you doing? Before I enter a fight, I always know that the outcome is truly something that is from God. So I'm constantly doing my prayers before I enter the ring. And then once I'm there and the first bell rings, you just give it all you got. I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm a student, I'm a civil servant. I strive, I struggle. I am gentle, I feel pain. I am Canadian. My name is Ida Memuji. I'm Mombasa, and I'm a fighter.